Welcome to Hear In Hanover, your all-access pass to everything happening within Hanover County. I'm your host, Kristen Smith Dunlop. It is summertime, and you know what that means. One of our biggest events, really the biggest event of the summer anywhere, is happening soon. The Hanover Tomato Festival. It is July 12th and 13th at Pole Green Park. And here to talk all about it is our Parks and Recreation Director, Reidmiller. I know you're super busy with your team getting ready for this event, so thanks for taking a little time to tell us about what's going on.
Absolutely. Happy to be here. Happy to share some information. We are very, very excited about the Tomato Festival.
Well, you guys spend a lot of time planning for this event.
We do. It's really an annual process. I mean, as soon as one event finishes, we start the planning process for the next year. So it takes almost a full year to get all the parts and pieces together. And we like to, take it up a notch or try to take it up a notch every year if possible.
So we know tomatoes are Hanover's favorite fruit. What is it about tomatoes that makes them worthy of a festival?
Sure. I don't know that I'll be able to capture the true essence of the Hanover tomato, but some will tell you it's the soil quality and the minerals, and it's just there's a unique makeup in Hanover County that produces a tomato that's unlike any other region in the world. I think some will say it's just a matter of tradition, and the Hanover tomato has grown to be its own thing, and it's just kind of a legacy item. But I don't know. The tomatoes to me do taste better. They're more versatile than just your average tomato off the shelf at the grocery store. So I do think we have something special, and our community fully embraces it, loves the tomato, and that's why we have such a big celebration in its honor.
I think it's important to point out that all of the tomatoes at the Tomato Festival are grown in Hanover.
Yes, that's correct. So we source from 2 local farms. All the tomatoes that are sold at the event come right here from Hanover County. No imported tomatoes from other localities.
Okay, so the Hanover tomato is special, and it's so special, in fact, that one of our residents wrote a song about Hanover tomatoes. So we want you to take a listen, okay?
Okay.
Hanover tomato, I ate you off my plate, though. You're everything I wish for and more. You weren't over juicy. I danced a tomato out to see for joy. I'm a happy boy. You're available from July to September. You're a taste that I'm gonna remember. Hanover tomato, I guess I'm gonna have to wait till to see you next year. I'll be waiting right here.
So a special shout out to Victor Gottlieb for writing the Hanover tomato song.
It's awesome. Really cool. Yeah,
we might need to play that at the Tomato Festival.
I think we might have to figure out a way to make that happen. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. So that actually is a really good lead into what kind of entertainment are we going to see at the Tomato Festival?
Sure.
Because you have some great acts lined up.
Yes. So Friday night, the main headliner, the DeLoreans, are the most popular 80s tribute band you could ever imagine. Huge following. They're going to be there playing a ton of major hits from the 80s. Super high energy. They are just a fantastic band. So we're very excited to have them on Friday night. And then Saturday morning, our very own local Ron Moody and the Centaurs are going to be playing on the main stage. Lots of beach music, classic hits, things like that. So a little different flavor from Friday to Saturday, a little something for everybody. But the entertainment is going to be top notch, no doubt.
Okay, so the music will set the tone for the event.
Oh, yeah.
Talk a little bit about all of the different activities. This is a very family-friendly event
Yes.
with activities targeted at children, too.
Absolutely. It's something fun for the entire family, for sure. I think we're close to or over 100 vendors, handcraft artisan vendors, many from Hanover County or the local region. Over 20 different activity vendor stations for children. Agricultural displays. We'll have our patriotic flag display up again this year. That was a huge hit last year. We'll be doing contests and games like we did last year. Tomato eating contest will be back, which is surprisingly harder than you would think. Hay bale tossing, fun things like that really anybody can get in on. It's a pet-friendly event, so feel free to bring your furry friends. They have to be leashed, of course, in the event area. but really something for everyone. I mean, a wide range. Check out the website, HanoverTomatoFestival.com. There's a full list of handcraft vendors, all the food trucks that'll be there, lots of specialty food vendors like ice cream and kettle corn and things like that. All of the activity stations, all of that's there. So check it out. There is a ton of stuff to do.
You know what else will be there?
The Hanover Tomato mascot,
Oh, yeah.
or something
I've
else.
not had the pleasure to meet the mascot yet.
The mascot is making his or her rounds. They're getting around, and at the Tomato Festival, they will be officially named. So we will have the official announcement of the name of the new Hanover Tomato mascot.
And
At the event.
How are you coming up with the name?
So there'll be an opportunity for the community to share ideas online leading up to the event and at the event. And then the most popular name will be the name for the Hanover Tomato.
Will the mascot be a little squeamish at all the people eating tomatoes?
Maybe a little bit. You know, we won't have the mascot at the tomato eating contest.
Probably not a good idea.
Maybe hang out in the kids area or something like that. But yeah, the mascot will be there for photo ops. Kids, adults, anybody. If you want to take a picture with a 6 foot tall tomato, here's your opportunity.
And people can buy tomatoes too.
Yes. Yeah. We'll have tomatoes for sale by the bag or by the box right there on site. If you want to come buy a bunch, we'll even help you get them to your car. No problem. But they will be available on site.
Will any of the food vendors be serving up tomato-themed dishes?
Absolutely. All of them. All of the food vendors have a unique tomato dish. Some as simple as BLTs and fried green tomatoes.
Can't go
and
wrong.
Some a little more creative things that you maybe haven't ever heard of or haven't ever tried or haven't ever thought that a tomato would be a good addition to that dish. So definitely check those out. Check out the unique dishes and the traditional favorites. They will be there and readily available.
Okay, so let's backtrack a little bit and talk about the start of the Tomato Festival. I mean, we're going back almost 50 years.
Yeah, all the way back to the 70s.
Yeah, so this originally started as a fundraiser, right?
It was a fundraiser for the Black Creek Volunteer Fire Department. Started on their property at their volunteer station, and really just kept growing, kept getting more popular, growing to a point where eventually it had to be moved, I believe, to Battlefield Park Elementary School. And even with that much larger campus, it continued to grow. And when Pole Green Park was established, the event soon after moved to Pole Green Park and has been there ever since. And of course, Pole Green's a very large location, so now we can easily accommodate those 11, 12, 15,000 people that like to join us for this major event every summer.
And I know that it's evolved over the years and it's looked different at times, but really the last couple, you've kind of tried to bring it back to its agricultural roots.
Absolutely. So in those early days, it was truly a celebration of the tomato and agriculture, and then it grew into more of a vendor event. Now we're bringing some of those agricultural roots back to the event. Anyone who attended last year in 2023 probably recognized the big the tractor displays and some of the agricultural vendors. I think we have almost 20 agricultural vendors at the event, and the equipment display is growing. It's getting larger. You know, when you can walk up and kind of touch a truck with a combine or a big piece of harvesting equipment, it's pretty impressive to see it up close. So we'll have that again this year. We're very excited. Shout out to Engel Family Farms for their support last year. We've got some new farms coming in and participating this year, so we're very excited about that as well.
Is there anything else you want to share that people need to know about the event?
I think there maybe from those who attended many years ago and sat in the lines waiting to get in and things like that, the traffic plan for the event is completely different than it's ever been before. Very smooth. There is no waiting. It's immediate in the park, immediate park. You're in the event within 10 minutes at the most. So traffic is smooth. We don't really see backups like we used to, but the crowds continue to grow. So it's working really, really well. So please come out, check us out, make sure you're hydrated, put on your sunscreen. It is a big event in July, but we'd love to see everyone out and make this the biggest tomato festival ever.
It's going to be awesome.
It is. Very exciting.
Since we have you here, let's talk about a few initiatives with Parks and Recreation. The people are going to see some changes at some parks, really exciting playground renovations, all kinds of things.
Absolutely.
I guess maybe start with the master plan, because that really guides where you go.
Yes. Well, we're right in the midst of a Parks and Recreation master plan update. Our last master plan update was back in 2010, so we're overdue for an updated plan. We had a bunch of public input meetings earlier this year back in the spring. We've gathered a tremendous amount of feedback from our community, and now we're drafting that final plan document that really serves as the roadmap for our department over the next 10 years. So we're excited to see what that final product looks like and where it will guide us in the future.
What kind of feedback did you get? What are people looking for?
Yeah, there are some key themes, that's for sure. People are happy with the facilities we have, but they'd love to see more, especially in parts of the county that don't have the same available park space. So we're looking at very strategic areas within the county where park expansion and development are much needed, and then looking at specific amenities that we're hearing a lot about. We know splash pads are a very popular demand, playground improvements, additional trails, pickleball, even sports like disc golf and mountain biking have really jumped up in popularity from what we saw in the previous master plan. So we're looking at all of those kind of desires, all of those interests, how we can incorporate those kinds of activities in our existing space, but also plan for them to be a part of new spaces that come available in the future.
And you already have a couple of playground renovations in the works. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, so Pole Green and Poor Farm Park, two of our busiest parks and two of the highest volume playgrounds that we have. Those will both get a renovation later this year. That will start. So we're coming in with all new equipment, updated equipment, accessibility improvements, shade. We just did a survey online, getting some community feedback on those two projects, and within about a 24-hour period, had almost 1,000 responses to that survey.
Wow!
So we're very excited to see that kind of response, and glad to see that our initial concept is in alignment with what the community is saying they want to see. So we're very excited. So can't wait to see those projects come together, come to fruition, and we'll have some play spaces that are second to none in the region. So we're very excited for that.
We're also very excited about the Montpelier Recreation Center and Library, which is going to open within a couple of months.
Yes, that's right around the corner. Brand new rec center, our first purpose-built indoor recreation center here in the county. Some of our other spaces are repurposed buildings or houses, things like that. This is purpose-built from the ground up, full-size gymnasium, classrooms, a full-service library with smaller study rooms and meeting space in the Montpelier community. So we're really excited that facility is going to create a hub of activity right there in Montpelier Park and open the door to so many new activities and programs.
AEDs, we're seeing those in the parks too.
Yes.
Explain what that's about.
We can build trails and playgrounds and things like that all day, but we've got to keep people safe also at the end of the day. So we're adding a variety of AEDs, automated external defibrillators, in the event of cardiac emergency. We already have 2 in place at Pole Green Park, and we'll be adding additional units at all of our big, larger parks that have athletic facilities and more active use areas. So we'll have those throughout the county. They're available, immediately should there be an emergency. And we know with those kind of emergencies, every second counts. So making them available on site as quickly as possible can mean the difference between life or death. So we're very excited to make that resource available now in our park system.
I know the pickleball crowd is very happy to see those.
Pickleball players were really our champions initially. Lynn Dillon, our ambassador, and Steve Smith really championed that first unit. And then we were so fortunate that the Eastern Hanover Volunteer Fire Department stepped up and donated a second unit to go to be installed at the softball fields at Pole Green Park. And now we'll have additional units at football fields and soccer fields, at Courthouse, Poor Farm, Taylor Park, Montpelier, all of our other additional athletic facilities.
Anything else you want to share with us?
It is a very exciting time in Parks and Recreation, a very busy time. We have a lot of projects on deck. Here recently, it's been great to see people sharing their ideas and sharing their thoughts. And I love being able to say, hey, that's great. That's something we're working on right now. We'd love to hear more, or just sit tight, and you're going to be excited with what we have when this project is finished. So please share your thoughts with us. We're a very easy department to get in contact with. Our information is available everywhere. We're on social media. We have our website. Call us. You can typically talk to me or one of our other management team members and share a thought, share an idea. We want to hear all of it, and just stay tuned because there's a lot of exciting stuff happening, and I think in a year, 18 months, people are going to see lots of changes happening, and it's going to be great for our park system and our community as a whole.
Well, you have a fun job. You have one of the most fun county
Most
jobs.
of the time, it is very fun, and I absolutely love it. It is a pleasure. We get to work with wonderful people all day long, and a wonderful, supportive community. So I couldn't ask for anything better.
So be sure to keep your eye on the great work that you and your team are doing. I'm excited to see what's going to happen with our parks in the next couple of years.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Of course, on the immediate future, though, Tomato Festival, it is Friday, July 12th from 5 to 9, and then Saturday, July 13th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. so that it gets you in when it's cooler, gets you out when it gets a little bit warmer. It's going to be a great event, and we will see you there at the Tomato Festival here in Hanover.